It's like,
because they have to protect their property. They have to protect their intellectual property. They have to do it in almost every instance where it comes up.
No,
Otherwise, when they get a serious case,
they
then
don't. It's not the intellectual property; it's their trademark.
Yeah, too. Yeah.
Trademark is where they have to do that. That's why Disney is so litigious about the fucking mouse.
And so eager to keep getting public domain laws rolled back.
I have no problem with like them taking down like new games, but games that are not even in production or circulating anymore. That's where I kind of draw the line where I'm like, you know what, emulate the hell out of it. If you can't buy it in any other form, except paying overpriced marketers for it.
Yeah.
You know
scalpers,
what I mean?
Randa, scalpers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no, like that's like within the Game Boy games. Like where I go to that site arcade spot, I play the ROM hacks of Pokemon like Liquid Crystal. This is what they call it. I'll play that and it's fun.
All
right. Let's get this ball rolling.
All right.
I'm almost done.
All right.
You got a minute or so.
Yeah, well, I just clicked live. Just got do a little pre-show, get a little energy flowing. Got people waiting.
Ross got it. Ross has his ball. He's good.
Ross has the ball.
Just so you guys know, if you tune into Twitch, as you watch my channel, live, love, play. Live_love_play, you accumulate channel points. Channel points can be redeemed to compel me to do certain things during the show, including taking off my glasses, drinking water, which I need to go get, stretching, and I've also completed several fitness ones, like doing squats, crunches, and other things with the medicine ball.
Or treating Travis with cookies.
Let's see. I'll bring it up so I can. Let's see. I got crunches. Where's?
So you're talking like if we give you bits, or is it something else?
No, these are highlights for just watching the channel.
Okay.
Yeah, these are channel points. You accumulate them automatically by watching.
All right, since I don't got to read anything, I'm pulling these suckers off.
Posture check, stretch.
They stole it from Mixer.
Randa, you caught my live stream when I did that Whatnot auction. I got the $100-something worth of cards and.
What?
I went on to Whatnot and there's these people auction off anything really, but I jumped on a couple Pokemon auctions. In 2 auctions, I bid on booster packs that do a rip and ship, so they rip them for you and then they ship them to you. So I jumped on, and the first one I bid on, I bid like $24, got 2 packs. The guy opens them, and they're both 2 cards pulled were worth a combined $60, and I paid $20 for the 2 packs.
Nice.
The next auction was 2 packs, but you get a bonus pack. All 3 of those hit, so all 5 cards were worth $110, and I paid $40 altogether. So I'm like, yes.
Wow. Shoot. That's some good stuff.
Channel point redeems and
your bidding.
Yeah, channel point redeems and things like that can make some streamers do pretty crazy things. There's a streamer I caught recently. He does Minecraft. His name's Finster. He started out just a regular 19-something-year-old streamer, and now he's a full-blown cross-dresser thanks to all that.
Good for him.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to Ross's channel now and be like, "Hey, you need to acknowledge that Star Wars is terrible."
There are limitations to the things that I will do. I do set limits.
He's laying down the law.
Yep.
It is my channel. I will control how much you attempt to humiliate me.
I just picture. I just think Ross would cross-dress before he'd admit that.
He probably would. Are you saying he has?
You give me enough money, anything can happen.
You heard it here, folks.
I do that every day, so that ain't a challenge. You gotta help it.
Drag stream incentive. Let's see if you guys can make it happen.
Oh,
but that would be for real money, not channel points.
Well, consider my $10 down now, buddy.
Donations start rolling in.
My live stream next week is going to be intense. I got so much stuff coming in. I told my viewers, yeah, be ready.
I got to learn how to film tabletop games. I want to get into that again. So,
well, online at least there's Roll20.
Yeah, these if you want, Brandon, there's these. I got 2 of these Nexigo cameras that have really wide angles that you could use for tabletop.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
They're pretty cheap actually.
That's something I would enjoy doing as well.
David Murphy says he is lost.
That's my friend Dave.
Speaking of, I got since we're
Hey,
still
Dave.
in the pre-show, I got I occasionally order damaged models via eBay and then fix them up myself. And this is the latest one that came in. These are pieces of a ghost keel battle suit for Warhammer 40k's Tau.
Nice.
Poor
It
thing.
came in a few pieces, but the paint job on it is absolutely solid. And this weapon's magnetized.
Ooh.
I haven't done that with my minis yet, but that would be fun. The Ghost Keel is one of the battle suits I've been eager to get my hands on.
I gotta get a capture card for my Switch, but my laptop is a piece of junk, so I don't even think it'll run a basic capture card.
Alrighty. Well, you ready to roll?
Yes, indeed.
Roll somewhere.
Roll on. All right. And throw that up. And we will start the countdown.
Oh, you didn't put Sam on there.
I was working on it, but hey, it worked. And it's this one. All right.
The internet is loving and looting. Samsung's virtual assistant Sam. All of this and more tonight on the Real SuperGeeks. And welcome to the Real SuperGeeks podcast on this June 4th, 2021. Welcome back. It is good to see you all again. My name is Ross, Live, Love, Play, and the Eyebrows of Doom. And joining us once again, looks like we just lost Justin for some reason. Hopefully, he's the one at the control panel. He's the one who he makes things go around here. So I hope he's not gone. There he is. He makes us go.
Wait,
and because he makes us go, let's lead in with you. How are you doing this week, Justin?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. Considering that just happened, my browser said, "Nope, I'm closing on you." I was like, "Oh, great." Yeah.
Doesn't Ross 05 push us to the medicine ball if it was inadvertent?
Yes.
At the channel point, redeem.
Oh,
I see this stream is starting off nice.
Right?
Ooh, yeah. Raina, how about you? How are you doing this week?
I'm doing good. Crazy week here in Texas, but it's raining like Noah's Ark for some reason. It won't stop, which Texas is not prepared for. But I've had a good week. I've done a lot of streaming, so I've been getting really back into it full time. I want to make my affiliate status, so I've been working hard at it.
Guys, Raina's Twitch is right. Yep, right. Nope.
Other hand.
There we go. Raina's Twitch is right there. Go follow and try and catch her streams when she's live. What do you play, Raina? Remind us.
Oh man, I play everything. Doing a Resident Evil 6 playthrough that keeps getting struck down on YouTube.
I'm wondering why I couldn't watch it.
Dead by Daylight, Overwatch, Call of Duty, mostly shooters and RPGs. That's what I specialize in.
Awesome. There's the Twitch address. Go check her out, guys. All right. And also joining us once again, Mr. Greg Commander Kirkley, Mr. Bad Taste himself. How you doing today?
Doing all right. Had a fun stream. Those of you wondering why he said bad taste, because I decided to figure out if Nintendo Switch cartridges actually tasted bad, and I licked one, so that taste was in my mouth for a good hour.
2018 called. They wanted their viral challenge back.
That taste is specifically to keep animals from destroying those discs.
Okay, cool.
I'm just proud that I got Greg to do it. I'm just saying. I didn't think it worked.
Brandon was doing it, my friend Anthony was in the chat, and then my girlfriend was like, hey, I'll go get the game. So I had 3 people egging it on, and then on the chat, then everybody was like, do it. So I licked it.
Hey, streamers, we do shit for to entertain you guys.
No, he will not eat Tide Pods. We asked.
We debase and humiliate ourselves for your entertainments.
Yes, we do.
All right. Son, are you ready?
God, no. Even this next program that I got, like, just stalled and lagged trying to fucking video edit shit. I've been working for like 3 hours now trying to get stuff done for, like, showing you where I'm at. And all I have is the fucking raw footage, so might as well. Shit. Damn.
Exit stage right.
I'm playing Conan. I'm in the land of Conan. Exiles. They recently wrapped up a free week because of their expansion release, so I decided to download the game and started playing it, and within an hour I went and bought it. So, yeah, I've been playing this for a while.
I know what I'm streaming this week.
Sweet.
Well, yeah. So here's the thing. I played this Sunday on stream, and apparently there was a bug going on for most of the week for that free week, where anybody who was streaming it was running into teleportation problems and lag that would get progressively worse if you played the game for more than a couple of hours at a time. And guess what my stream turned into?
What did your stream turn into?
Teleportation issues?
Literally a slideshow for most people. Mostly because it was a slideshow for me. So that's a thing that happened, and oh yeah, we solved all those problems with the patch on the 3rd, like literally as the free week is ending.
Oh, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just the way they do it.
But yeah. I've got my little base and everything going on over here.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, let's jump into our topics for the week. Also, David Murphy, I see you. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, Justin, where are we broadcasting to this week?
We are on YouTube, which is our Super Geeks YouTube, Facebook, our Facebook page, Facebook group, and of course your Twitch TV, Live, Love, Play.
All right.
We'll be on Spotify Monday, and I'll have a link to that. It'll be in the group, so watch out for that.
Moving on up.
Yeah.
To the east side.
Got to get us out there. Get as many eyes on us as we can. All right. So, thank you guys for giving us your updates for the week. I wrapping up the 3rd week of my new job. Things are going fairly well. I made a joke a couple years ago that one day I'd have a job that I wouldn't have to wear a hat and a name tag, and now I'm wearing both of those things and so much more.
I saw that post and I was like, oh, okay. Then I saw you're above it. And I'm like, oh God.
Like now I have to wear a hard hat, steel toe boots,
hard hat, badge, boots. Proximity sensor for contact tracing.
That was hilarious. They make you all wear proximity tracers.
High visibility vest, pinch proof gloves. I wear so much on top of the fall arrest harness that I end up in most of the day.
This sounds like the least sexiest work attire ever.
Well, no, because whenever Ross started
Ross
showing,
posted a selfie. He looked pretty good.
Yeah, whenever Ross first got the job, I was like, "Oh, look, you applied for the Village People."
All right, let's get into our topics for the week. And first off, we have episode 6 of The Bad Batch.
Yes.
Justin, throw that slide up when you can. It was called Decommissioned this week, and we saw the Bad Batch sent by Sid to reclaim a droid commander unit at a decommissioning facility on Corellia, the home planet of Han Solo. So, what did you guys think? What was your overall impression of the episode this week? Let's start with you, Greg.
I liked it. It was really good from the start. They're finally getting Omega into now going from comms last week teaching a procedure to now handling weapons. So she's definitely going to be part of the team. And I think all of us called it. Wrecker is going to have issues. That knock on the head, he's going to have issues. So I'm the second he said good soldiers, I'm like, no. I'm like, crap, the funniest one of the group. And I'm like, oh man, it's gonna bite. But I really, really like the episode. I'm curious. I think I know who the other two were working for. I think it's either Crosshair or someone else, because I mean, Hunter gave them the data and they're like, oh, well, thank you, this and that. We're doing it for good. And then all of a sudden it's all creepy with a hologram. It's like, who could she be talking to? And my guess is Crosshair. It might be somebody else. But this is by far and away a really good episode.
The robe looked a little ornate to me, and though sinister, I think they were telling the truth that they were working for a rebel cell. So it could be Saw Gerrera.
Okay, it could also be a Jedi, maybe, because I know they.
Organa.
Yeah, it could be somebody on that
or
good
Maul.
side then.
Or Maul, since he's running his criminal empire.
Oh, that's right, Red Dawn.
Oh yeah, that is.
And it makes sense because he operated on Corellia.
Right, and this is getting off topic, but just to make a point. Emilia Clarke's character from Solo Star Wars story is back in the new comic series, so her character is still alive after Solo Star Wars story. So that could end up connecting.
And by the way, since we love to shoot our mouths off without the spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Thank you, Justin.
I thought Ross gave the signal for that. He's all, throw it up.
I wasn't here.
Overall, I liked the episode. It was really good.
Awesome. All right, Raina, how about you?
I absolutely enjoyed it. In fact, I was really, 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 really excited for Rafa and Trace to come back, especially because we haven't seen them in a while, and it was kind of like finally we got some more bridging gaps between Clone Wars and this. Also, I really kind of like the this setup of them going against each other for the single head of this droid, and it was really nice. But overall, the one thing I loved is this episode was Easter egg heavy, like super heavy with Easter eggs. And I think that it's really nice and also very appropriate weapon for Omega. Like, I love it. Like, I wish I could get one in Battlefront 2 now. It's that cool because I love archery stuff. So, but overall, this episode was good. I'm very disheartened to see that Wrecker's probably going to be the next one to go to the dark side. I just... That actually broke my heart a little bit when he said that. I was like, oh no, like we all suspected it, but it's just one of those really heavy moments where you're like, please don't let this happen. I actually thought they were going to do a bait and switch, that we were going to think it was him and then it was going to be someone else, but I guess not. But I enjoyed it. I still think that the ending is either Organa or Maul. I'm gonna put my money in the ring and say it's one of them. I think it's good though. It's one of the better ones this season for sure.
Remind us about the two bounty the two smugglers. Because I don't remember them from Clone Wars.
I actually had to go back and watch the episode because someone had told me about it today. That they're from the Clone Wars episode called Gone with a Trace, and it's literally the beginning arc of Ahsoka's journey. I actually wrote it down because I had to go back and watch it, and it very much takes a lot of cues from that. And that was basically right after Ahsoka leaves the Jedi Order. She goes down to the depths of Coruscant, and then basically the whole thing about it is you get their backstory of how their parents were killed during a Jedi mission that destroyed their home and everything. Like I wrote all the notes here. Cad Bane had been fleeing from the Jedi when he shot a transport ship, knocking it off its flight path, which ended up in the death of their parents, which, I mean, to be fair, that's why I'm saying it wouldn't be a surprise if they're working for Maul, given the circumstances of, and not to mention he hates the Empire anyways right now. So it'd be kind of like one of his things where it's like, hey, this is kind of interesting to you allies in this fight, So I don't know. I think that the ornate look of the robe itself could be a deceiving factor. I do believe that.
Could it be Ahsoka?
That could be it too, because they actually, considering that they were a huge part of where she went and the journey when she began her journey after the Jedi Order, it would make sense. Not to mention, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, finish.
The ornate look also looks like the very much like the astral plane that she was on. It has a very look to that, an interstellar kind of angelic look. So I would think that it could be.
And when we see her in Rebels, she is running a Rebel cell as Fulcrum.
I just think that though that where it kind of all came together though for me. I don't know how you guys felt about this, but Rafa and Trace, their voice actresses were fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it because it left a level of ambiguousness at the end of it. Like someone actually had made a point, like, are they afraid of who they're talking to? Because it sounds like there's kind of like a little bit of fear there. So, but their tones are so like good at the end. Like you don't know, are they afraid? Is this kind of like a common respect thing? Like they're that good that they can give that deception factor. And I really appreciated it.
The way they were, that makes me think about it. The way they were talking to him, it probably couldn't, I think back on it, probably couldn't have been Crosshair because it did say we found that quote unquote weird group of troopers. Because she would have flat, if it was Crosshair, probably would have flat out said, like, I found your old teammates or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I would think if it was Crosshair. Like, found the ones you were looking for, basically. But
the way she addressed it made it sound like, okay, it's not Crosshair, basic in that way.
It's a separate entity from the Empire, but someone who would have investment in a group that's against the Empire.
And speaking of Crosshair, one of the voices in Wrecker's head saying "Good soldiers follow orders" was Crosshair.
So are all their chips connected? Like them specifically?
I think it seems like Wrecker's more susceptible to what's going on versus Hunter, Echo, and the other one.
Well, Wrecker does take regular blows to the head multiple times in each of these episodes.
Hey, like all it would take is a bit of kinetic maintenance for his chip to actually start fucking working, wouldn't it?
And I think that's what's going on. But I think it's also important to note that Wrecker fought it constantly.
Yes.
Both when Omega called for help and when Hunter called for help. I think his bond to the team is potentially strong enough to help him resist. Just like we saw Rex resisting at the end of Clone Wars when he was about to kill Ahsoka.
My thing on that one, touching on that one, is not so much the team. I think it's going to be Omega that keeps him from crossing, if you will, because they have that very brother-sister relationship. And sure, yeah, he's got Hunter's back and Echo, but I really think it's going to be Omega that's going to keep him on track.
Oh,
is there an Echo in here? Hello.
Hey, so
that was such a great homage to Who's On First. That was beautiful.
So, just a little additional Easter egg for you guys that could point to Ahsoka that someone had noticed. I was looking up if anyone noticed any other Easter eggs that we might have missed. That R7 droid is the same looking droid, the R7A7 model, that Ahsoka used at the end of the Clone Wars during the series finale.
That's why it looked familiar.
And it works to tie all of these shows together, as Ahsoka has been in just about everything.
I still want a Maul cameo. I don't even care if he does anything or not. I'm just saying, like, this is like the perfect group to like have some kind of uneasy, shaky alliance with, considering he's running his criminal empire right now. Like, this would be like prime time. And not to mention, I kind of want to see how pissed off he is at the Empire. Like, I helped him get there, damn it.
Well, and considering Palpatine captured and tortured him twice.
Killed his brother.
That too. Justin, you still with us?
Yes.
All right, your turn.
All right. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what is going on. My internet connection. Tonight's my turn, Ross. It has come to me. Yeah, I mean, I think as far as the mysterious role figure is, as anyone thought it could possibly be Obi-Wan?
He's somewhat occupied.
He at this point, being right after the Clone Wars, he's handling Luke and Leia right now.
Is he though?
He's on Tatooine by now.
Yeah, this would be right after Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, he's on Tatooine right now.
Okay.
Obi-Wan went into seclusion there.
It could actually be Darth Maul. That would be kind of cool to get.
Well, here's another thing I just thought of. With them wanting this tactical data, right?
Mm-hmm.
With this droid, I would think any of the Jedi that are remaining, it may not even be Ahsoka, because don't you think, like, considering how many of them they fought, it'd be kind of irrelevant to have that data. However, the rebellion would have a need for those kind of things.
Which makes me think Sid wants them. And I remember Sid wants it. The troopers know they don't need it because they can beat it. They can beat the droids. But Sid is the one who wants the data, and she could be the one relaying it to she could be the one relaying it to a Jedi she knows still after Order 66.
I think Sid is playing both sides, honestly.
I think Sid is playing.
Sid is working for Maul.
Oh,
I can see that.
That'd be a good twist.
Yeah, well, what if Sid's the one working for Darth Maul, and this will fuck up other teams, gets him to come out and introduce himself?
Well, they made it pretty clear that her home planet is, isn't that a seedy place? Yeah, it's pretty seedy. So it would be kind of like a nice little nod at something to come. I do love the voice actress, though. Like, she's just so snarky. Yeah, you work for me. I already told you that. Like, I just love her acting so much.
Ord Mantell is a planet we saw a lot in Legends, and it was well known for being a seedy hub of all sorts of less than legal endeavors.
Extracurricular activities.
Oh yeah. How about that wraps up our overall opinions, I'd say. Anything else to add before we get into highlight moments?
I don't know, son. Do you want to chime in? I'm pretty sure you didn't see it, but you've heard our viewpoints.
Okay, so Justin,
yes,
can you pull up that picture again that you had for the episode?
Yeah, hang on a second. Now, there we go. And I will blow it up and put it on the screen.
I've had one question in the Star Wars universe for a very long time. How the fuck do bow weapons work if they're supposed to be laser projectiles? Like, I don't understand Chewbacca's bowcaster because it's literally supposed to be a fucking crossbow. How the hell is this supposed to be a laser bow?
Because of this?
Because it looks cool.
Because Star Wars.
Yeah.
Reasons.
I don't even understand the mechanics of something like that.
Well, the flux capacitor goes into the imaginary bullshit, and it forms a grid that you pull on, and then that's why the handle is there.
There are 2 energy generators on the far ends. As you draw it back, the energy is collected and channeled through the bowstring and into the bolt. And when it's released, the bolt is projected, propelling all that energy forward.
When a proton and an electron love each other.
God damn it.
I really hate how Ross was like, this man needs to work at like just a theme park, just explaining things to anyone, just making things on the fly.
Ross
I'm very
could
good
work
at
at Star Wars.
retconning.
Yeah, Ross could go work at Star Wars Land and be like, "Why? What powers the Millennium Falcon?" Well, you see,
he's just going to be
You
the
see
meme
that
of the
bit back there?
That's
That's the
Gas.
collection tank for all of the fanboy tears that have been shed over the years.
Star Wars doesn't need an explanation. It's the Force. It's always the
Everything's
Force.
Force.
that's not how it works. That's how any of this works.
Why do stormtroopers shoot like shit? The Force.
No, they're just not getting paid enough. I'm just saying.
No. The
Those
main
helmets
characters
suck.
have literal Force
Have you
plot
ever-
armor because they're all destined to be where they are, and they're not destined to die until a certain point. So the Force literally protects them.
Mhm.
Which
The
is
armor
why-
That's
sucks.
canon.
Which is why they get James Bond shot.
Ah!
It's just as canon as midichlorians.
That sounds like
Okay.
something with, that
You-
someone with a low
It doesn't
midichlorian
have
count
the
would
same
say.
effect with Carlos.
That's
This year.
No, it doesn't. But just because,
Why do we got to bring up the midichlorians? Like, can't we just act like that didn't happen?
You brought up the midichlorians.
No, someone else did. I just made a joke about it.
I
was just
brought
like,
up midichlorians.
Oh,
no.
We need to. Justin, don't you have a recording of Travis's "Stop It"?
I not yet, but I'm working on
Dude,
it.
you
That would have been a
literally-
good opportunity for it.
Fine. Here's your homework, Justin. For all of next week, go through our backlog on YouTube. Find a clip, pull it.
Or
All
someone
right.
can buy me a clip of him screaming "Stop it!" It has to
No,
be
no,
a
no,
good,
no,
clear
no, no, no.
clip.
You're the sound guy. You do the work.
All right. Any final thoughts on Bad Batch for this week?
I say this is going to be a good season, so I'm giving this one a 8.5. What was that?
9
It was
out of
me.
10. 9 out of 10, easy.
8.5 hungry baby Grogu's.
Oh,
Every time with the Grogu.
every single time.
This is why I need Sean on here.
I give it a partially assembled Chaos Sorcerer.
If Sean was on here, we would get a copy. We would get a strike because of nudity. So
He's still wearing underwear.
Hey, the night is young and the redeems are open, people. One of us is going to debase ourselves eventually far enough.
Why not? We're bringing up baby Grogu. Here's the thing. It reeks of corporate shame in here.
It's one of those redeems hop in your seat, Ross.
Hop in my seat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep, just like that.
Oh, he gave us a freebie. We're being
That was a
spoiled tonight.
Hey, you got to have the first taste.
yeah. Speaking of first taste,
All right, so a lot of stuff to look forward to with the Bad Batch. The season is going strong. We're all loving it. I'm happy to hear it. All right, time for some weird before we get into some of our more regular topics. This week, information leaked about a proposed virtual assistant that wasn't just a voice, but also a face. Samsung's virtual assistant, Sam. Justin, if you please. As the images were leaked, people were dismayed. She's cute. She looks fun. She seems spunky. and people picked up on the character. They know nothing about her, but they projected a lot onto her.
They mostly added all of the spunk in Spunky.
And we saw fan art. We saw cosplay. We saw all sorts of interesting fan interaction with this character that was apparently rejected in favor of Bixby.
I'm waiting for the Red Queen moment. You're all going to die down here.
But most of all, as we saw with the craze around Lady Dimitrescu, she is loved and looted in equal measure. Have you guys noticed this sudden explosion of Sam content?
Oh,
my favorite is the one of Sam like looking at her phone horrified, and Aaron E. Shirts is behind her going, "Good luck."
You know
my
what?
favorite SFW one was her on a screen. All right, let me take a look at your data. And as the images progress, she gets more and more horrified.
Jesus, COVID made people thirsty. What happened?
COVID.
This was 1992.
All right, I will say,
David's seen them.
With Lady Dimitrescu, it was a little bit different because even I was like, she's all right. And then you play the game, and you're like, oh, she's really tall. Like the marketing, this is deceiving. What? It's fascinating though, watching this go down, because now with this stuff catching on, this is going to be the mainstay for like a year or two while the memes are going.
Of course,
they're going to ride the meme train.
Wait until the assistant actually comes out and they actually start skinning and they start modding.
No, Justin, this was a rejected concept.
What? They rejected it?
Wait,
Samsung's going to be seeing these memes. They're going to go like, we need to do something. We need to revive this immediately.
Wait, so Tom, the picture of Sam we just saw, they rejected.
Oh, hey, look, a sandstorm.
Actually, son, I believe that's called a haboob.
Well, yeah, Sam was rejected in favor of Bixby.
What the hell is a Bixby?
Exactly.
What's a Bixby?
It's a different personal assistant that is male, but is a voice only. It doesn't have a face, body, or a personality. It's just, hello, I'm Bixby.
Did they just assume their genders?
It's because they didn't want to have Arnold Schwarzenegger hentai for their male assistant.
I just picture with this announcement, it's just like the Telltale Games thing in the top right corner. Rule 34 will remember this.
Oh boy.
Now that's rejected, I'm sad, because that would have been interesting. They have Sam, and then a week into owning the phone with the assistant, Sam goes, "My name's not Sam, it's Skynet."
Denied.
I'm just waiting for the my Sam song guy to get a hold of this.
I just don't see with this assistant. Like, seriously, I'm getting like the Red Queen vibes from the early Resident Evil movies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what she looks like. You're all going to die down here.
Okay, you know what they need to do? Samsung needs to get on the ball. My Alexa, which I call computer because of Star Trek, is Sam Jackson. So it's like...
maybe it's just as well because Microsoft's own Cortana kind of faded away and got rolled into Alexa.
She's terrible.
Yes.
She sucks.
Yeah, Cortana
she doesn't work.
Yeah, Cortana just wanted to go off whenever she decided to. The voice recognition was freaking horrible.
We actually made the joke. It's funny that she went bad in Resident Evil 5. It's probably because of bad programming. She don't work.
Halo 5?
You mean
Halo 5.
You said Resident Evil.
Oh, Resident Evil on the brain. See, Lady Dimitrescu, it's spreading.
You're grounded.
It's spreading.
Are you trying to take a chunk out of me?
It's funny because
and while Ross's cat tries to eat him alive.
Vor is happening under the desk.
Yeah.
Biting my hand.
You know what?
Well, let's hope it's the hand.
Yeah, let's hope.
Oh, No,
Son, I'm getting
you'd
lost
get a
in
much
your
different
stream.
and much more visceral reaction otherwise.
Watching Sun play
Would
with their
we?
inventory is distracting me.
I know I'm constantly looking over at
She
Sons.
did this shit last time with Elite Dangerous, and it captivated Carlos for the whole show.
Like I'm like I could watch this all day. Like she is so organized with their inventory. Like holy cow! Like my OCD is very pleased right now.
Wait until you see me play Space Engineers.
And here's the thing: I've only got like a couple of chests. Everything else is like in different storages for like the different workbenches.
Yeah, but
Like,
you
my
have like
friends-
even lines of inventory. It's impressive. Like I'm just watching you like carefully. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm getting
My
lost.
friend Sash has his
This is better
inventory.
than any AI assistant. I'm just saying. Like watching her organize this, like that's zenning me.
See, this is why we just
Greg
have
opening Pokemon cards.
a gaming show where we're all on gaming our respective games and just sitting back and having fun.
Well, we'll get to the game stuff, but let's move on to our Star Trek topic of the week. And we've only got one, but it is game related. This past week, we briefly talked about the resolution of the Klingon Civil War arc in Star Trek Online. Now that a week has passed, and hopefully we've had a chance to play it, we can talk about it, its implications, and speculating a bit on the future of the story of Stowe. So, summing up, Star Trek Online the latest story has been almost completely focused on the Klingon Empire. Ja'ula, sister of T'Kuvma from Star Trek Discovery, has been transplanted in time from pre-TOS to 2409. She wasted no time in gathering forces and power for herself to make a bid for the Empire, as is her family's right. Come to find out, though, she's not quite all bad, and a semi-deserved bit of redemption when it turned out her second in command, what was his name? I'm forgetting. Akar, who is played by the same actor that played Gowron. Turns out he's actually Gowron's great-grandfather. Was the scheming one who did all the dirty deeds behind her back. And together with allied with the Klingon Chancellor Jimpak to frame Ja'ula and win greater power for himself within the Empire, practically becoming emperor, eventually declaring himself as such and declaring your character as an enemy of the Empire. After hiding out for a little while, you find your way to Nimbus, and where you get the information to finally show that Jimpak is not only an asshole, but also a coward and a traitor, and that he defeated Martok, the previous chancellor and everyone's favorite Klingon, in a deceitful combat, turned his body over to the traitor Torg to be tortured in the Briar Patch, where he was literally tortured and then regenerated. So he's still the same age as he was in DS9.
Oh God.
So interesting words.
Words are hard.
Interestingly enough, the little rogues gallery of people that you have in that mission, Ross, are like the people from the dev blogs ago during the Iconian War.
Yeah.
They were in the little dev blog stories about them trying to find information to defeat the Iconians during the Iconian War arc. So that's a thing.
Yeah. I love the dev blogs and the little stories that they do, but unfortunately you don't see it in the game, so it's hard to find them. They don't exactly share them as much as their ongoing sales.
And of course they don't exist anymore because they haven't done one in 3 years now, 2 or 3 years now.
No, they did one right before the current expansion launched. They did a series of them. The where they covered 4 of the mythical traitors of the Klingon Empire.
I'd have
The
to go
Book
back
of the
and find
Dishonored,
that.
I think. They actually sent physical copies to a bunch of fans. Let's see. Let me speed through the last of this. In the previous 2 missions, before the newest ones that they released, we actually traveled to Boreth, where we got to see what was his name again? The son of Laurel and Ash. Or Vok.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's the head monk of Boreth. He's the one that spoke to Worf when he was doing his pilgrimage. He's the one who masterminded the return of Kalis. And now they're going to do it again, but with Laurel.
I missed that in Discovery.
Well, he's an awesome character. They couldn't get the actor
You're skipping a very important point here.
Yeah, confusing names, so many apostrophes.
The guy who is Laurel and Vok's child is also the guy who is in charge of the time crystals.
The time crystals from season 2.
So when you go to Boreth, you don't play as your character, you play as Ja'ula.
Mm-hmm.
And you start off with discovering Ja'ula's whatever the hell with the time crystals, like her destiny, by touching the different time crystals.
And that's where
we're going to do the cloning thing again, but not with Kalis this time thing comes up.
Yeah. Although we do get to see Kalis briefly, which was fun.
Sure.
They weren't able to get it's killing me that I can't remember the monk's name. He's an awesome character. They couldn't get the original actor because he is gradually he has ALS and it's taking a huge toll on them. So instead,
they got a hand-picked replacement from him.
Darth Maul.
Ray Park. Wow.
Ray Park is now a Klingon.
So who wins, Ray Park, Darth Maul, or Ray Park as a Klingon?
I don't think I want to know.
Ray Park is a Klingon because he's essentially a Klingon Time Lord monk.
He literally is. The guy has lived all this time and still looks like a Discovery era Klingon, and like is in control of the time crystals, and yet dude ages like oh good God. I forgot the guy's name.
They dropped him off.
The guy from SG-1. The Jafar guy from SG-1.
Oh, Teal'c.
There you go.
They dropped him off as an infant at the beginning of season 2. They came back towards the end and he was an adult, and we see him again in Snow. He looks exactly the same. He's just such a fun character. So now with the latest 2 episodes that have been released, we take the fight to Jimpak himself. We gather forces around the Empire. We have a lot of really fun interactions that kind of show some nuanced Klingon psychology. You want to gather allies to yourself, but you don't want to give aid to the strongest houses because they're the strong ones. They don't want to be seen as needing help. So they're going to reject that, and it will win you their enmity. However, if you go out and help the weaker houses and help bolster them and make them stronger, that earns you the more powerful houses' respect. So I really liked that. It's very Klingon, but it gives kind of a compassionate side of the Klingons that we don't see. It's always honor, might makes right. War. I love honor. I'm never going to get tired of that.
Yeah, but you're forgetting I don't know. Did you cover the Galron thing?
Oh yeah, they literally went to hell to bargain with Fekla to get Laurel's soul back.
This is the second time your character's literally gone to hell as a Klingon.
If you play Klingon, yeah.
Yeah. You this time you actually don't go directly to hell. You go to the Klingon void because that's where Gowron is stuck because of the sins of Akar.
Mm-hmm. The sins of the father are passed down to their son
for 3 generations.
And Gowron is the 3rd generation after Akar.
Yeah.
All right, I'm seeing eyes gloss over, so let's speed through this.
So basically, Ja'ula sees this image in the time crystals of this fiery matron-like figure taking up the sword of Kahless and basically winning the Civil War. That starts Tanavik, that's the guy's name.
Yes.
Going, you know what? I'm just going to recreate the first empress of the Klingon Empire. My mother. Literally my mother. And
I'm going to call my mummy.
Yeah, that's literally what happens. That's why you have to go to hell in the first place, because her soul's not in Stovacor, it's in Grethor.
Because she went there to redeem...
She bargained for Voke's life to be in Stovacor. So, yeah, that's the thing. So basically, you wind up bringing her back, and everybody, it doesn't matter if they're on one side or the other, when they address L'Rell, they all call her mother. So that was like well, this is weird. But you get to the point where eventually it's just you and Jimpock. And I've had questions about Jimpock this whole fucking time.
Oh, the entire fan base has. His entire rise to power has been sketchy even before we got the details of what really happened.
Yeah.
It was secret up until that point. For 15 years, it's been secrets.
Well, I mean, well, not necessarily. It's been questionable, the explanation that's been given, because when he talks about it, he literally says, I bested Martok in combat. But like when he talks about it, when he expounds on it, he's like, he literally speaks about it like everybody left the fucking room for them to fight. And it's like, no Klingon does that. No fight for honor ever allows shit like that to happen. Everybody left the room and you two fought and you walked out and he was dead. But when everybody goes in, there's no fucking body.
Because Torg did sketchy shit.
That's also because Jimpock's been as crooked as the Duras family used to be. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Well, you bargain with Feklar in Grethor to send not only Akar but Jimpock to him to keep L'Rell's soul. So, end comes to end. Ja'ula actually defeats Jimpock. And
after
then
a lot of fighting in space across the Klingon Empire, and then on the ground in First City itself.
Mm-hmm. And
you
then
get a bit of the underbelly as you help an Orion smuggler who's been running a smuggling ring in the First City of the Klingon Empire. Talk about balls.
That's literally what the dialogue says. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Ja'ula winds up killing Jimpock, and then basically handing over the sword of Kahless and the right to rule the Empire to L'Rell.
Mm-hmm.
And the implication in all of this is, what the hell happens going forward? Do we have Mary Shifo permanently on the payroll at Stowe now, at Cryptic?
It seems that way. Mary Shifo, L'Rell, is now Chancellor of the Klingon Empire for the second time in 2409.
I can live with that.
So can I.
I can live with that.
I mean, we had Martok handing the sword over to Ja'ula so she could fight Jimpock, and that was an epic fight, by the way. My favorite moment was right at the end. Jimpock is on the floor defeated, but he's holding up the compad that L'Rell used originally to bend the great houses to her knee. The bomb that they planted on Kronos is still there. it's still there. And he was getting ready to blow up the planet so if I can't rule, no one can. Before he can push the button, Laurel shows up from the side and cuts his fucking hand off with the sword of Kalis.
That was a good scene.
Yes. And that's when, and then Jahula finished him off and sent him screaming to...
Well, I do have to... there's one thing that really irks me in all of this shit.
What's that?
Jahula still has to stand trial for blowing up a Federation starbase.
Yeah.
It's going to be tricky to get the new torchbearer of the Klingon Empire extradited.
At this point, it doesn't matter if she's the torchbearer. They literally have an alliance going on, and as an enemy of the alliance, period. Doesn't matter if Jim-Pak was corrupt and all that. She went out of her way to attack Federation ships and blew up a Federation starbase.
Yeah.
Did she though?
The question is though, who is the bigger threat, Jahula or Jim-Pak?
Because it was Jahula.
Here's the thing: in Star Trek, we've seen time and time again that people who do bad things, very criminal things, eventually get forgiven if they do good things in return.
Kirk,
Janeway, Burnham, Worf.
Janeway had extenuating circumstances.
Cisco.
That log entry was erased.
It was, but it didn't erase his deed.
He poisoned the whole planet to get his way.
So I have a conspiracy theory about that. That log was not erased. I have the reason I have the conspiracy theory about that log not being erased is because, dude, you were with Garrick the whole fucking time. Garrick bugged every single one of your things. That's how we have the log in the first fucking place. You say computer erase log doesn't mean it literally erased the copy Garrick had. That's how we know about it in the first fucking place.
Yep.
Garrick has it for insurance purposes.
Oh, Lordy.
So there's some pieces to pick up, to be sure. An interesting thing that I noted, the Klingon Empire, as it is in Star Trek Online, isn't necessarily the same empire that we saw in the TNG era. It is, in some ways, multicultural and includes races other than the Klingons in very intrinsic ways. The Gorn especially are integrated into the Empire in a very major way after they were conquered. The Ferasans, which are the genetically engineered counterpart of the Caitians, you've got Orions, you've got Nausicaans, and you've got Lethians. In this final mission, we saw the Gorn, the Orions, and
it's just the Gorns and the Orions.
Okay, the Gorn and the Orions sided with the rebels, siding against Emperor Jim-Pak. While the Ferasans and the Nausicaans and the Lethians, well, they didn't really mention Lethians, did they?
There were a few. I think there were a few Lethian ships.
Yeah, they all sided with Jim-Pak. So that was kind of interesting. And they really glossed over a lot of details in the aftermath that I would have liked to see. We still didn't get faction leaders for these races. We've never seen Milani de Ian. We've never seen King Slathis. We haven't seen anything of the power structure of the Ferasans since they were introduced. And then the Nausicaans and the Lethians are just mercenaries, so who cares? But there's still a lot to the Klingon Empire I'd like to see fleshed out in ways that we have for the Federation that they didn't, that I was kind of hoping for, but otherwise it was a pretty satisfying arc. Jim-Pak got the end he deserved, and I have no idea where Stowe's going to go next.
Hopefully to the distant future. Because this timeline stinks.
The distant future has come to 2409.
Yep.
Like, Star Trek Online literally keeps dragging the future into the past. With all the Discovery lockbox ships and oh my.
I have a theory about that.
Enterprise J is actually in the game. They drug that from the future.
Why?
Because promotion, because marketing. It's a Star Trek game. It needs to have all these different things from Star Trek represented so people will buy them and keep funding the game.
They made three Wells-like temporal ship variants.
One for each faction.
I kind
of have a theory about that. I think 2409, 2410 is something of a nexus of parallels. That it's a gravity well that draws these things into that era, because currently existing in this era, you've got the natives of the timeline, 2409 and 2410. Mm-hmm. You've got transplants from the 23rd century, Kirk's era. You've got transplants from Discovery era. You've got TOS era and Discovery era Klingons. And that's just the playable races. There is just...
Let's also not forget. So here's the biggest question I've had in all of this, and I guess this was a setup for later. Aren't the Terrans still here? Is it what's her face still here?
Admiral Lita of the Terran Empire.
No, not Lita. Killy is still here.
That's right.
Killy
they brought
here.
The ISS Discovery to Stowe.
Because they sent the Discovery without Killy back through the Pavo thing. And Killy's still here.
Why?
Oh dear.
Why?
So yeah, that's a thing.
Why would you do that, Cryptic?
In Twitch chat, Chizuru says hi, son, and she says she's secretly a Klingon.
Well, kapla.
You gotta compel.
All right, we are a little over an hour, so let's what?
You got to compel Ross to do things. Twitch chat. You got to compel.
She's right. She knows. So we're at over an hour. So let's move on to our other topics and try and power through some of these. First off, Netflix. Geek. Oh, hydrate. After this, I'll get some water so I can. Netflix Geekend Week. A online fest of sci-fi, fantasy, and superheroes that is all upcoming to Netflix.
Geek Week.
Geekend Week. Being hosted on IGN and all of Netflix's official social media. Things that they're going to talk about: The Sandman. Side note, Neil Gaiman doesn't give a shit about your hot take on the casting of The Sandman. There's been some mild irritation at the differences in casting from how he depicted them in the books and how the show's doing it. And he says, I don't fucking care. This is how it's done. Go away. Umbrella Academy. The Witcher. I'm excited for that. I need to know more. Gunpowder Milkshake. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm going to look at it.
Sounds like an anime title.
Yeah. The Cuphead Show.
What?
Oh,
Cuphead is getting a Netflix show.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm in for the long run.
Arcane. More Lucifer. My wife's going to love that.
Lucifer Season 6.
Trilogy.
Ooh.
Kate. I don't know what that is. More Castlevania.
There's the good stuff, man.
Masters of the Universe Revelation, which we talked about a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Which
La
apparently
Casa
is not...
de Papel.
which apparently is not going to be like the new She-Ra that was on Netflix.
Yeah.
Which is going to be which hopefully that's a good thing.
Resident Evil. Netflix is doing some Resident Evil.
Animated or live action?
I don't know. I need to look it up and
It's
find
animated.
out.
It's the makers of Resident Evil Degeneration, the animated movie, which is fantastic, by the way.
Yes. Cowboy Bebop, the live action one.
Ooh.
More Cobra Kai.
Season 4.
Yes. Wait,
Godzilla
season 4 's
Singular Points.
I'm waiting for that finally.
What?
I'd be excited about this next one, Sweet Tooth, but it has nothing to do with Twisted Metal.
Oh,
no.
Why are you excited?
And Vikings Valhalla. So I'm going to go get some water so I can do that redeem. You guys talk amongst yourselves about these shows.
Look, my only joke is that, like, you talk about Sandman, and the only thing I can think of is that fucking swirling sand wall from the Scorpion King.
The only thing I can think of is Enter the Sandman song. I mean, good God. Or the Sandman from Spider-Man.
That's what's on my brain from talking about Spider-Man. I'm thinking about that soon.
So nobody, Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream? No? Am I dating myself here?
No, you're not dating yourself. I just got enough of that watching Back to the Future.
Yes.
Oh, nice though. Like
Which is on Netflix.
Which is on Netflix. So yeah, I watched all three of them.
We're getting a Resident Evil show, which means I could shove more Resident Evil down your guys' throats.
Not on YouTube though.
Yeah, right? Damn you, Capcom. Hope you're listening. I'm mad at you.
What I'm looking forward to though is the rumor mill is Lucifer season 6 drops this year with Cobra Kai season 4. So I'm looking forward to both of those. It's the final season of Lucifer.
I can't believe Cuphead's getting a show. Out of everything to pick, it's like, yeah, you know what would make a really great show? Cuphead. So I'm kind of like, all right.
If Stickly worked for Nickelodeon in the 90s, come on. They can make this work.
Well, I'm having that emotion where it's like, okay, I'm a little bit disturbed, but I'm fascinated. I'll watch it. Got a morbid curiosity to see how good this thing is. And Witcher's always good.
Are you saying your brain is quoting Johnny Bravo?
Yes.
I'm sickened but curious.
I live by that meme. Everything I check out on Netflix is basically like that. Like when he said Sweet Tooth, that's exactly what my mind went to. Please be Twisted Metal. It's not Twisted Metal. God, why?
What I'm actually disappointed is not on there, which last I saw got greenlit, is a sequel to Bright. I love Bright. I am so disappointed. I've not heard anything about a sequel yet. But Will Smith and damn it, what's the guy's name? Joel Edgerton, his co-star. They're both on board with making a sequel. I'm like, make it happen. They wanted.
And Cobra Kai, another season already. Like, they really hauled ass on that.
No, it was because what happened is YouTube canceled all their original content. Like, they were just like, they're done with it. Netflix bought Cobra Kai. Season 3 was already done, so they released on Netflix. So season 4 is all Netflix produced and funded.
Yeah.
Oh man, so we're gonna probably see a budget increase, I would assume.
Terry Silver's returning. If you saw Cobra Kai,
I did. I saw the teaser.
Ross, if I may, real quick, because you walked off. Did your wife finish Lucifer season 5 part 2?
She only just found out that it came out, so not yet.
Okay, hold on, Ross. Episode 15. You need to take that entire hour and hold her. If she loves Lucifer as much as I do, my girlfriend and all that, I'm telling you now, she is going to be inconsolable.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Excuse me.
It's a tearjerker.
It's rough. Like, and they don't even just, like, the tear-jerking part is halfway through the episode. The other half makes it worse.
Oh,
God. I'd spoil it, but then it's like Justin needs a spoiler warning, and yeah.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, so.
Although I do want to say, Ross.
Yes.
You don't. We don't have to ask if you got blue milk if the cup is colored like the blue milk anyway.
You know what? You know what? None of these shows matter. Resident Evil. That's what matters.
Cobra Kai matters.
Well, Cobra Kai matters.
Cobra Kai matters.
Cobra Kai is like there's S tier and then there's Cobra Kai.
Lucifer matters. Especially
Lucifer
I'm
matters.
going to look up what Gunpowder Milkshake is real quick.
It's got to be an anime. If it's not, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yeah, if the Japanese are
you're on
anything but
this
creative.
podcast. You've already lost your mind.
Japanese are creative, dude. They have one. They have one mind. And
No,
it's like
it's live action.
what?
Oh,
Greg, come here so I can punch you. I'm shocked right now.
so okay.
Ross, what is this show about?
I'm bringing it up now.
But anyway,
kinda
about Lucifer
Directed
season
by
6.
Navat Papshado. From the script he wrote with Ehud Lavsky, Gunpowder Milkshake focuses on Sam, who was only 12 years old when her mother, Scarlet, an elite assassin, was forced to abandon her. Sam was raised by the Firm, the ruthless crime syndicate her mother worked for. Now, 15 years later, Sam has followed in her mother's footsteps and grown into a fierce hitwoman. She uses her talents to clean up the Firm's most dangerous messes. She is
It's a
an
Russian
efficient
version of
and she is
Carmen
loyal. But when high-risk jobs go wrong, Sam must choose between serving the Firm and protecting the life of an innocent 8-year-old girl, Emily.
Yeah, see, that's
With a
that's
target
right.
on her back, she has only one chance to survive: reunite with her mother and her lethal associates, the librarians.
That started out very Leon the Professional going into Carmen Sandiego.
Stop playing with my cables.
I just got to give the writer mad props. Like that title alone is going to make people go, "Oh, I'm curious. Let me look this up."
Brandon, they're gonna be, "Oh, I'm curious." Like, "Oh man, an anime. This is an anime."
That's why I'm like, I'm actually in shock that this is not anime.
So am I.
That's
the most anime sounding name of a show ever.
See, I'll be completely honest. It gives me the video game Lollipop Chainsaw vibes.
Right? I was even thinking, is this like some kind of follow up to Sucker Punch? Like that would sound like a Sucker Punch like sequel name, which I haven't heard about in years. So curious.
Oh, God, Sucker Punch was so terrible.
So
It's bad, bro.
Here's the cast:
Okay.
Karen Gillian,
Oh.
Lena Headey,
Oh.
Angela Bassett,
What?
What?
Carla Gugino,
Oh.
and Michelle Yeoh.
What?
Sold. Wait, you get
What
Michelle
year is
Yeoh and
this
it's not
done?
anime? So I'm gonna guess that Karen Gillian and damn, I already forgot the second name. There's the mother-daughter right there.
Karen Gillian and probably Lena Headey.
Lena Headey, yeah, there's the mother-daughter.
Yes, it is.
Why do I feel like they came to the set like, oh, right, we're here to voice act for this anime? Oh, it's not an anime. What?
Man, link it into chat, Ross, so that way our whole viewers might know what exactly we are talking about.
And Michelle Yeoh is going to be training Karen Gillian's character. I'm calling.
Michelle Yeoh is one of the librarians,
Oh.
as is Angela Bassett
And what year was this?
Gugino.
What year was this done?
This is coming out this year.
So this is what Michelle Yeoh's been doing.
Yep. So that's probably why there's a delay or not happening in Section 31. She's doing all these projects.
Well, it's what she's probably doing in lieu of Section 31 since it was delayed. All right, let's keep it rolling. We're coming up on time. Raina, this is one of your suggestions. The Atari VCS. So why don't you take it away?
Oh, the Axanar of video games. Besides, it's one of those things. It's the gift that keeps on giving. This thing was crowdfunded in a day. It's a piece of junk that has not shown to work, that they were using a PC and just had it there with the lights on to make it look like it was working, and it wasn't even running official software. After all these times of it getting pushed forward and pushed forward, all these years, suddenly they have a working model. which I'm calling BS, and it will be delayed again. And I'm putting my $1 million on the table right now because Atari they're just a bunch of liars as per usual because they're too busy opening their hotel. Now give us $5 million more so we can open that up already. No, the thing here's the kicker of it. Just a year ago, they had a fake demonstration of it. It wasn't running any of the official firmware that they were claiming that it was going to run. Their operating system is not existent. It's not real. It was a wallpaper to make it look like it was real. And they were using a PC with a game that they didn't even own.
That's some
for claiming it was on the system. Yeah, it is. And that's why I was joking. Like when you guys talk about Axonar, this is what I relate it to. I've been following this story for many years. I've seen many journalists get burned by it.
If I may, sorry. Raina, you did a very good impression of Ross ranting.
I'm very passionate about video games, and when you get scam artists in the community, when you guys get scam artists in the track community, that is how I get it in gaming. When you scam people, I'm going to call you out.
Well, if it's going to be delayed, they better do it soon. It's supposed to be out on the 15th.
Yeah. We're sorry, our studio just mysteriously burned down with every single unit in it.
Oh, that's much like Elite Dangerous in there.
Oh, you know what?
Roadmap.
This is what I'm betting is going to happen. If it does come out like they're claiming, it's going to be buggy as hell. It's going to be a system that was thrown together. And I doubt that they're going to have any games, and they're going to say, oh, well, the games are coming. They're just, we're going to patch them in. I bet
Cyberpunk.
Exactly.
Well, according to this article for IGN, it's supposed to include 100 games from the Atari arcade. So the includes 100 arcade and Atari 2600 games. Ooh. It will also include a digital storefront with over a dozen titles at launch from independent developers. So and access to the game's streaming platform, AntStream Arcade.
So basically, you'll be able to play the original Centipede and the original Star Wars.
Oh, man. I cannot wait to play Atari 2600 games in 4K. I'm so excited. And you know what? It's $399. Why would you ever want to buy an Xbox or a PS4? Like, why would you do that? You can buy an Atari VCS, guys. It's the future. It's totally not 1981 anymore.
Our cats are picking on us.
Well, apparently, early reviewers, the consensus is, who's this for?
Oh, so it's a lot like the Stadia. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel bad for the kid that wanted an Xbox for Christmas and his parents bring him one of these.
All right. Any final thoughts on that, Raina?
Imagine the joke, though, if it was called the Atari VCR, and the cartridges for it were literally eight credit.
Yeah, but you know what? You would have a novelty there. Like, it would be stupidly overpriced, but it'd be a novelty. This is just a scam. And I'm telling you, it's not going to come out. And if it does, it's going to be a brick.
According to the article, they shipped some early models in December.
Right.
What is it running? Yeah, and who was it sent to? Because there was YouTubers that were in the top tier that were supposed to get theirs first, and they're still waiting.
Despite all this, Atari began shipping consoles to its Indiegogo backers this past December.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, but who? No one's reviewed it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Where did it go?
Here, I'll link here's the article that they were quoting on IGN.
Mom, I'm just going to leave this at your house, and I want you to tell anyone who comes by that you are a backer.
In our final bit of gaming news today, it was announced a couple days ago that Dark Horse Comics, the creators of Hellboy and 300, are releasing a gaming division with the intent to turn their properties into video games, working with AAA developers to make it happen.
Interesting.
They made one of the best Dragon Age comics ever. They touched Dragon Age. They did a good Witcher comic. They did a good Mass Effect comic. I think that they have a track record to do this. And not to mention, they have amazing artists. If they can get someone in the gaming sphere that can do this, it'd be good. And didn't they do Gotham by Gaslight as well?
I don't know. They did do Umbrella Academy, though.
Oh, we'll see. There you go. I think it's a good move for them. I think comics getting into the gaming medium, it's the perfect blend of what they got. And I think there's a space for it since Marvel's Avengers is, burning to the ground as we speak. The last 10 players will be really happy when Spider-Man gets there. But Dark Horse has a good track record with understanding game properties. Like, I've read 4 of their comic books that were based on games because I'm a huge Dragon Age fan. So when they did comics in that universe, they're really solid. And they stick to the lore hardcore. They don't stray away from any of the actual original source material, which I really appreciate. It's a good move for them. I hope that more comic book companies get into the gaming media. I mean, we've seen success with DC.
I would love to see a Witchblade game.
Ooh.
All right. Any other thoughts about Dark Horse's gaming venture? All righty. Moving away from gaming news and into DC. Today, news released, Shazam 2 has a title, and it is officially announced. Shazam, Fury of the Gods.
And a much better looking costume.
Yep, we got a new costume, we got a synopsis, and all of this after a few alleged leaks.
And a new teaser. We got to see several nice shots of Shazam's new costume, which is not bad. He got rid of the cape.
Oh, thank God. No capes.
Or the cape CGI'd in.
Yeah, let's hope not. We also got to see a little bit of the Batman's new costume.
Michael Keaton's Batman.
Yeah, a little breadcrumb teaser. And, well, I went on a bit of a rant in chat earlier today about how I feel about that.
Yeah, but, you might hate breadcrumb, but people love him.
Michael Keaton, I think Michael Keaton ate a jelly donut and it spilt on his costume.
That blood looks fake as hell.
So, in addition to the returning cast from the last movie, we also have Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren, who are playing the daughters of Atlas, the main villains of this movie.
Lucy Liu.
Helen Mirren's been putting in work, man. Fast and Furious, Shazam.
And Lucy Liu, she's going from gunpowder cupcake to this.
Retire or live long enough to be the villain of every movie.
Yeah.
So, are you guys excited about this? Are you looking forward to?
I like the first one. I'll probably rent the second one. I ain't gonna go see it in theaters. I just when DC their track record's more you know what? I'm gonna rent it. I may go see it if the podcast is look, we're gonna review it, but I'm not really eager to see DC properties.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I give DC benefit of the doubt. Now, Wonder Woman 84 could have been a lot better. Last Jedi cut out about half an hour of the movie and you're good. But I don't know. I've thoroughly enjoyed the DC universe, so I love Shazam. I am heavily looking forward to Fury of the Gods and Black Adam, because then those two are going to eventually meet.
It cannot get worse than Wonder Woman 84. I fell asleep during the first 10 minutes of that damn movie. And I love the first one. I don't understand it.
You know what? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Greg.
Sorry. There's a common theme with Warner Brothers and interfering with their directors. If the directors can do what they want, they get an amazing movie, i.e. Justice League, Zack Snyder. So it's let the directors do what Marvel does. Let the directors do what they want to do. Of course, now Marvel has the 2 with Ant-Man and Multiverse of Madness, but that's 2 out of 26 movies. DC has had issues now with the last 6.
Okay, can I just say that that I kind of like what DC did. They pulled a Star Wars where Rise of Skywalker was so bad that people that hated The Last Jedi ended up falling in love with it. Wonder Woman 1984 was so bad. I actually went back and watched Suicide Squad recently. I'm like, it wasn't that bad. Wasn't no Wonder Woman 1984, so I love where that's becoming a common trend now, where we get one bad movie that's so bad it makes everything before it good.
It changes your perspective.
Yeah, it does.
Suicide Squad was good just because the pacing was fast. Like Justin said, he fell asleep 10 minutes in. Suicide Squad, you're like, oh, something's happening.
Wonder Woman 1984 actually pulled hope away from me, and that's something it should be giving me in strides. It's Wonder Woman. How did the bleak atmosphere of the first movie in World War I still feel authentic compared to what we got in this? It's ridiculous. I honestly don't know why they patched it together like that. It feels so like there's bits missing. They explain things that are completely irrelevant, and they don't explain the things that need to be explained. Why does this work? It's a stone that grants wishes. You're not supposed to ask questions.
In a few years, we'll get the Wonder Woman 84
Snyder cut. We'll get the Snyder cut.
We bashed Wonder Woman 84 to death. I'm actually pretty hopeful for Shazam 2. It looks like fun. I loved the first one. I absolutely adored Shazam. I thought they did an excellent job with it, and I hope that they do well with this one. But in more DC news, we not only did we get the teaser for Michael Keaton's return as the Batman in the Flash movie, we also got news that Robert Pattinson has signed a long-term deal as the Batman. So he is potentially going to be sticking around as Batman for quite some time.
That doesn't mean anything.
No, I was going to say about that. It was confirmed that his Batman is in a different universe. He's Earth 2 is what they said. Like he's not going to be the DCEU's Batman. He's going to be a different universe Batman.
Now, Ross, here's my question with that.
Yes.
Is it a certain amount of movies, or is it just saying that?
It says long term.
Who confirmed that?
So, okay, so
the article that was linked in the Trello is from the Direct. I don't know much about that site, but I'm looking through the article. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, so I'm looking through it now. Matt Reeves directing.
Because here's my argument for this.
Speculation.
This is what I'm saying. If there's not a specific amount of movies, they can say, look, he's on for long term and not make any movies if this one bombs for him and just let that contract lapse if there's not a certain amount of movies.
Or release them from it. Yeah.
They were referencing that article is referencing from the Hollywood Reporter, so I'm going over there to see what it says.
And Robert Pattinson long term can mean like he'd be Batman in 2 movies over a 5-7 year period, or be doing cameos.
See, that's what I was wondering. Like, what are the requirements?
If I mean, when Ross was saying how he enjoyed Shazam, I enjoyed Shazam the first one. The funny thing about Shazam and Wonder Woman 84, they're both over 2.5 hours, and we enjoyed Shazam more than Wonder Woman 84. It's like, so that's where we can say like the length isn't a factor.
No, absolutely. Shazam went by fast. Like Wonder Woman 1984 drags. Yeah. And it just drags. Like
I tried to watch it twice.
I don't mean to hate on this film, but I really am having like deja vu. Like I was like, I hate The Last Jedi. It's trash. I can't stand it. Then I went to see Rise of Skywalker. I'm like, I love The Last Jedi. It's one of the best of the trilogy.
Mm-hmm. Pattinson has signed a first-look overall production deal that encompasses the whole spectrum of Warner divisions, including Warner Brothers Pictures, New Line Cinema, Warner Brothers Television, and HBO Max. The deal, which represents the actor's first foray into producing, also takes into account a range of releasing platforms.
So he's going to turn DCU producer, it sounds like.
So he has signed Robert Pattinson has signed a producer deal with Warner Brothers and all of its subsidiary producers, not exactly Batman. So the Direct was kind of fibbing a little bit.
So he's going to basically pull a Snyder / Ben Affleck. He's going to star in something and then produce the rest of whatever.
Right.
Okay.
So here's the lesson, kiddos. If the article you're reporting from links to a different article, go to that article first.
Yeah, that's the basics of
Looking at you,
stuff.
looking at you, we got this covered.
Ross,
Find the primary source.
now one thing that I'm wondering, are they going to officially cross this over with Joker? Because it seems like it could be set in the same thing because they have just announced the sequel for Joker 2, didn't they? That's going to be directed by someone different.
It's still iffy on the Joker sequel. Joaquin Phoenix has said which is a little odd for Joaquin, but he said he's on board for a sequel if it happens.
I don't know anything else yet. But,
See, that's the thing. Joaquin would be on for a sequel because he had fun being himself in a movie.
Take away murdering, and that's pretty much Joaquin Phoenix.
It's like watching that other guy that oh good God, what is his name? Gary Busey. Gary Busey is Gary Busey in everything he plays. Even when he's trying to play some other character, he's still fucking Gary Busey.
I don't know. Lethal Weapon. He was kind of hardcore, unless he was just not on drugs for that movie.
Well, that's the argument I've been making about Jim Carrey for years. When he went through his dark phase, he was dark, and when he's not dark, he's Jim Carrey.
God, does anybody remember 1 Hour Photo with Robin Williams?
Ooh, that was a good movie.
It was a great movie, but it was fucking dark.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You know what, though? Like, here's the thing. Like, if he signed on for this, you know that if they're saying, look, we need you to produce things for HBO Max, we need you for our own streaming service, like, pick a platform and stick with it. Damn.
It's funny because with HBO Max being specifically mentioned, because Gotham PD, which is going to be set in that same universe, focusing on Gordon. So it's very easily now that he could be producing it and then pop in for a cameo.
Damn it, another Gordon show? Didn't we just have Gotham? Why is this happening to us? What did we do to deserve this?
No.
I love Gordon, but not
what we're also getting a fucking Alfred TV series.
I would watch that.
It's happening again. First with Battleship and the fucking board game movies. These executives are taking parody ideas, things that writers come up with to make fun of them, and taking it seriously. Teen Titans Go to the movies did Alfred parody movie trailer, and now we're getting a Pennyworth movie.
You know, I love this. They keep like throwing Superman through the mud, but they're like, here's Alfred. You like him better, don't you? You like the Gotham PD. It's ridiculous. Come on, DC.
Okay,
What the hell?
Good. That was good.
Where's my Batman Beyond movie?
Right? Where's our live action Batman Beyond?
I'm watching you. And where's my Static Shock movie that you've been teasing?
You will get breadcrumbs and like it. Like a good
Silence.
Supposedly Static Shock is happening. They just need to find somebody to play Static.
So,
Michael B. Jordan.
Too old.
The majority of us here are gamers, right?
Yeah.
Does anybody remember Ubisoft constantly fucking teasing Beyond Good and Evil 2 all the fucking time?
Right?
Yeah.
What the hell?
This is the vibes that I'm getting off of that. What's going on right now?
DC's like, shut up and subscribe to our streaming service. You better watch Wonder Woman 1984.
If you watch 1984, we might give you a better Superman movie.
Promises. You know how much I hate Superman? He's even getting a game where the Justice League has to kill him. Like, come on.
Suicide Squad has to kill him.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you, Ross. But that's the problem. They keep doing this to him. Stop it.
Easy, Travis. Easy.
Actually,
Oh, no. Him and Lane are just coming through me in spirit.
All right. Let's wrap up this rant and get to our, I think it's our final DC topic, sort of DC topic of the week. So last week, we talked about the rumors that AT&T is spinning off its Warner Brothers brands, divesting itself from it, and merging it with Discovery to form a brand new company that they would not have direct control of, but they would have a stake in. That now has an official name. The quite creatively and originally named Warner Brothers Discovery.
Son of a bitch. I honestly thought you were going to say Warner Discovery.
Nope. Warner Brothers Discovery.
Wow,
it's original as Justin's done.
As original as their plots.
Look, it does sound like a gay porno. An incest gay porno.
Oh, Christ.
What?
Warner Brothers Discovery.
All right, we need the complaints thing on the screen.
Justin.
Okay. Wait. DC, come on, man. Warner Brothers, come on, man.
No, don't blame Warner Brothers for this.
Blame.
They're just taking the orders. This AT&T is who you got to be getting on about it.
Freaking! I was reading articles on this, and they were saying that. Sorry, Justin. That they were saying that AT&T is the biggest mistake purchase of the century was AT&T buying Warner Brothers.
Merging with Warner Brothers.
Merging.
Yeah, it would have been better if they would have just named the goddamn thing Discovery Plus.
Why do
There's already a Discovery Plus.
There is a Discovery Plus.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Why do I feel like Warner Brothers now is going to have that product placement in every movie with AT&T, with phones and like advertisements everywhere for AT&T? Oh.
So here's my question: is that picture the official logo? Because it doesn't look like the official logo.
They don't quite have an official logo yet.
Okay.
They're discovering it.
God, I hope not. Oh,
you beat me to it, Raina.
I beat you by 5 seconds.
Oh man! See, AT&T got greedy. They got DirecTV, and then they got greedy. They should have just left it with DirecTV.
I'm just thinking in my head. There's some Palpatine sitting in the middle of an AT&T somewhere.
No, it's
attached
Snoke.
to the fucking mechanical finger.
No, you have Snoke. Emperor Palpatine's AT&T. Snoke is what they're doing right now.
Pickled Snoke.
Oh man!
Oh, what the hell for that?
Let's see. It's the new venture business model will be forced on news, sports, and lifestyle with no plans to spin off CNN. They will combine CNN with Discovery's news assets in Europe. Executives would not answer questions on a press call about combining the company's streaming services.
Wait, they have streaming. Leave HBO Max alone. It's doing fine. They're gonna don't screw it up.
Please don't.
Well, AT&T already has about
all this shit's making me sleepy. I think I'm gonna
8 streaming services under them. You got DirecTV, you got HBO's, the ones that HBO already had. You got HBO Max. It's confusing. I think the best way I've heard AT&T described it, that it's been broken up and then knitted back together so many times, and it's over a century of existence. AT&T has been around for over 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the way they explain that. Just what are you, Frankensteining everything you're buying? What are you doing? Stop.
Well, most of it is them buying up a bunch of stuff and then being broken up by the governments, and then slowly buying everything back over time to see what they can get away with, until finally someone says, "Hey, you're too big. Break up."
I would have got away with this if it weren't for those meddling dudes in suits.
Whoa. One at a time. Just
they've been broken up and put back together so many times by this point. Is there even anything original left of the company?
Alexander Graham Bell's portrait.
There's probably
no, wait a minute. AT&T though. AT&T has not suffered the same breakup that the Southwestern Bells did. The Southwestern Bells did was the last big monopoly breakup in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So
suddenly, Amazon buying MGM doesn't seem so bad.
I
It's only the tip of the iceberg. All
right. Let's put a pin in Warner Discovery and that amalgamation of mess and get on our one and only Disney topic outside of the Bad Batch this week. And that is the announcement the Avengers campus is finally open at Disney California Adventure. Does this interest you guys at all?
No.
I mean, I'm never going to go to California again. So I saw the videos of the fake Spider-Man thing flying around. You could obviously tell he was using cranes to swing, and it was very bad.
Whenever I go back to California, the first theme park I'm hitting up is Knott's Berry Farm, not Disneyland.
That's
amazing. If I ever go to California, first thing I'm doing is go into a damn pot store.
I think the only thing that's interesting me about anything theme park related is Nintendo coming to Universal, but they're having their own little theme park within there, which is pretty sweet. But you know what? I bet the novelty of this is going to be so expensive, though. You want to be an Avenger, $150 up front.
Yep.
Well, look how much you're spending.
You want to hold Captain America's shield? $300.
Well, look how much you got to spend. Just go and do Star Wars exhibit. Hell, just get a fucking lightsaber. It's like $200+.
Yeah, not to mention the cover fee for getting into that section of the park.
And that's not even the overall cover fee, because you got to pay the fee to get into the park initially. Then you have to pay another fee just to get into that portion of the park. So you're paying double.
Unless you get a transition pass, and then you can go everywhere, no problem.
Which is even much.
But either way, you gotta dodge the mask protesters out front, or the vaccine protesters out front.
Yeah.
Whoa, kid! You didn't pay your $300 entry fee. You can't be Iron Man. Get out of here, guards! Call the stormtroopers.
You know, that seems like something that would legitimately happen in a kid Macaulay Culkin version of Home Alone. You didn't pay your $300. Get the hell out of here, kid.
All right. Well, that wraps up pretty much everything. Now we get to my personal favorite topic of the week. What are we watching? Let's start with you, Raina. What? Yes.
Our title card. We're not going to talk about that?
The little
Jupiter's Legacy.
Jupiter's Legacy. What was advertised on our show? Netflix giveth.
We did talk about it when we talked about the Netflix.
The Netflix Geek Week thing.
We spoke about it being canceled and all the other things being canceled and a few other things being canceled.
It did.
You guys were so fixated on the gunpowder milkshake thing that you forgot.
I did. That's what I was like. What did you just gloss over that whole thing?
I wrapped it up in the whole Netflix story.
Jupiter's Legacy
stuff that they canceled.
Jupiter's Legacy got canceled, but they're gonna just watch. They'll give this thing 5 seasons with a name like that.
Yeah, because we talked about how it was canceled and how they're doing the other show.
Yeah, I remember now. I had a memory lapse. Great part.
Hey, sign of a good show, I guess. I hope.
There was one thing, though, that Josh Duhamel put a post on Instagram because he didn't know until it was broken on the news that they were releasing contracts. So he was really upset on Instagram.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get those people back.
I was like, oh, that's not how you tell somebody you fired them from a job.
Yeah. So, Raina, what have you watched this week?
I binged Ragnarok Season 2 this week. It was fantastic. I love that show to death. You know, when I started watching it, I was like, oh my God, I hate this voiceover so much. By episode 3, I was like so immersed, I could not stop watching it. And then when it ended, I was like, please tell me there's going to be a season 2. If Netflix cancels it, I'm done. Like, it's that good. It's worth walking away from a streaming service for.
Jupiter's Legacy was that good.
I totally watched that. No, but I watched that all the way through. And season 2 somehow upped the bar from season 1, like completely. Like every episode was better. It just kept getting better and better and better. It was fantastic. And I definitely think that if you have a Netflix subscription, you haven't watched it, watch that damn show because we need to talk.
Absolutely, because that's the show I binged this week. I binged both seasons, season 1 and season 2, because I hadn't seen it yet. Oh my god, that show is fucking addicting.
It's fantastic, man. And the characters, every single one of them is good.
Yes, and I mean, you keep looking for references. You keep waiting for them to get the fucking hammer, and you finally get to hit Milner. You finally get the damn hammer.
You have that emotional release when he finally gets it, and you're like, oh yes.
Like, oh look, you finally get to do the thing. Oh look, this thing.
The CGI in this show is brilliant. I like don't even know how they do some of these like practical effects stuff, but you could tell it's practical. But it's that good where I'm like, how? This kid had to have broken his like body in like 20 different places to get this done. Like, it's impressive. I love it.
Yeah, so
Justin, you binge watched 2 seasons of Ragnarok, but you couldn't catch up on Camp Cretaceous?
Look,
there's only so many hours in the day.
There's only so many hours a week that I have that I can dedicate to watching stuff, and the rest of it's gaming. And I'm not giving up my gaming.
I didn't even know that was a thing until you brought it up before the stream. Now I gotta watch that.
You have to watch it. Like, it's
season 1 was really good. I haven't seen season 2 yet,
and season 3 is already out.
Yeah. Hey,
I've been seeing the previews on Netflix, and it's on my to-do list. So I'll probably try to watch it this week.
All right, Justin, what have you been watching this week other than what you just talked about?
Ragnarok, let's see. That's been primarily the main show. Let's see, Ragnarok, and I watched The Mitchells on Netflix. A fun little movie deal about robots taking over the world. Yeah,
that was such a fun movie. I watched that a while back. It was great.
Other than just gaming, Elite Dangerous released their disappointing roadmap to fixing Odyssey today, and let me tell you, those who are waiting for Odyssey to be fixed, you're gonna be waiting a while longer because they got 5 patches, and it doesn't look like anything's sustainable gonna be fixed anytime soon. So get ready for a long haul.
We have a roadmap for our roadmap.
Yeah, it's not even a roadmap. It reads like a guide to what they hope to achieve. It's horrible, absolutely horrible.
Dangerous is hopes and dreams on this paper.
Star Citizen is more playable right now.
Ooh,
that's how bad it is. And we all know how Star Citizen is.
Wow.
Yeah,
the real action are video games, as Ross pointed out.
Yeah. It is, but I have resorted to playing Space Engineers to pass my time.
Well, thank you, Justin. Greg, what have you been watching this week?
Watched a couple things. Finished. I watched Super's Legacy kind of again. Did a run through, just like one of those catch what you missed type shows. Bad Batch, of course. Lucifer season 5. I am man enough to admit, like I said in the morning with Ross's wife about episode 15. I cried. It was rough.
That scene's a tearjerker.
The whole episode. Yeah. But I will say this though, Ross, before she gets to episode 15, she will come across episode 10 where you both will be laughing.
Yeah, the musical.
It is the musical episode. It's great. But I finished up. I'm trying to finish up, and it's more difficult than anticipated, watching Attack on Titan's final season with subtitles with a 1.5 old running around.
Oh, yeah.
I don't speak Japanese, so it's very hard to be like, look at the TV, like, damn it, what did I miss? But the first part of season 4 is on Hulu now, subtitled. Season 4 part 2, unfortunately, comes out next year. And it's getting really good.
I just don't want it Hulu. I don't have any need for Hulu.
Hulu. I got Hulu because we watched the show, Nathan Fillion's new show, The Rookie. He's amazing in that. Of course, Orville, and then watching Attack on Titan. It's the only service, at least that we have, that has an anime like that. So
Orville's still a thing.
Orville's still a thing. They're almost done with season 3.
And it's been how long?
COVID. Shut up.
Just got reset how many episodes in season 2 of Orville?
Orville's better than Discovery. Don't start, Justin.
Matter of opinion.
A certain point of view.
We still have more episodes.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
Yep.
Son, how about you? What have you been watching this week?
So, I watched a Netflix movie from Nickelodeon,
Ooh.
The Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yes.
It's actually a really decent movie.
They're bringing back the show.
Yes.
Well, I have to say this. They tried to adapt the silver monkey statue thing into the movie, and that's probably the weakest part of the entire movie. It's like simple logic, and yet they can't fit the monkey pieces together. I mean, and I guess it could be considered the gag of the film because it literally happens twice. It literally happens with the kids in the temple, and then at the end of the movie, the guy who's like the host of the tour, which is the guy from the game show originally, goes in, and him and this other dude wind up in that room, and then they can't do it either.
I guess I shouldn't mention that the new show or the reboot of the show is going to have it's all adults.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, it was. But other than that, it was a great movie. It actually it made the game show kind of make sense because there were portions of watching the game show as a kid you didn't really understand what was going on. Like, and even as an adult, some of the explanation that's going on in the game show doesn't quite make sense. But putting all that stuff into a movie, it's like, oh, okay, this makes a lot more sense. So now I know why all these temple guards are chasing me for apparently no reason.
All right. Well, thank you very much, son.
Mm-hmm.
As for me, or Justin, what about you? You went, okay, everybody's gone. Haven't skipped anybody. Okay. As for me this week, the wife and I finished our watch of How to Train Your Dragon series with the third movie. It was a very sweet, very touching, very exciting film. And as much as I would have liked to see Burke continue to be a dragon city for the rest of its existence, I see how and why they ended it the way they did. But it still ended on a wonderfully beautiful high note that I really enjoyed.
What are you talking about? The city was a dragon city for the entirety of its existence.
And then they moved it with the intent of continuing to be a dragon city.
Yeah, Newburgh is not a dragon city anymore.
No, it is not.
I mean, didn't it burn to the ground when they left? Didn't they raise it?
No,
they packed up and left.
Yeah, they packed up and left. Yes, and then burnt the city.
No, I don't think so.
I could have sworn I just watched clips like my mother's been obsessed with watching that shit. And she's been watching it in there like non-fucking stop. And every time I come in there, they're leaving and then burning the city.
Okay, maybe.
All I know is that I'm pretty sure Ross's wife did what my girlfriend did when she watched the end of it and saw the baby cow toothless dragons. Yeah.
That was so cute.
She squealed and I'm like, damn it, why am I in this theater?
Yeah, the reunion and seeing all the kids, both human and dragon, was absolutely adorable. And grown-up Hiccup is quite a development. See, kid has come a long way from that scrawny little nobody in the first movie.
It's kind of like watching the Hogwarts train scene at the end of the set of Harry Potter with the grown-up Harry Potter and his kid and Malfoy and stuff.
Yeah, except this looks more like a natural progression and not something out of the Uncanny Valley.
Sunseal watched the Snyder cut of How to Train Your Dragon.
No, but you know what I did watch? The Jankel cut of Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, that's right. I saw that today.
It's actually, what's weird is it actually fills out some of the story for the movie that makes a lot of that flow make a lot more sense, especially in the beginning.
Can somebody give me the sauce of this? I want to see this.
I will have to go find it, but it's archived.
A recent revelation has found an extended cut of the infamous Super Mario's movie from 1992, which adds 20 minutes of extra footage.
Because it was found on someone's old VHS tape.
Yeah.
So it's like one of the first VHS tapes with extra footage.
Mm-hmm.
with special features.
Of the so bad it's good video game movie.
I think it's hilarious.
I actually enjoy the movie. Even now.
Oh, it's definitely enjoyable, but the liberties they took to make a movie out of Super Mario Brothers is
I mean, I find it hilarious that it's called the Jankel cut, knowing what a Jankel is.
You know what? They need to have a Legend of Zelda Netflix show.
That's been in development for years.
Wait, that's an actual thing? I just took a stab at it. Oh my god.
It's in development hell.
Greg, go over there and fix it.
That and the Portal movie.
Oh god, the Portal movie. Jesus.
The Portal movie was to play Gladys. I guarantee you the Portal movie was always meant to be a lie. And I don't mean that as a joke on Portal. I legitly mean that it was always intended to be a lie to stir up constant hype over shit.
Well, you know what? Gabe's behind it. It's always Gabe.
Yeah, the Legend of Zelda TV series was at one point when it was being written was eyeing Tara Edgerton for Link, but then that fell through and then they just got stuck in development hell.
I'd like to just pitch a quick plot real quick. This is how you do it. You need to have the invasion, like just have the whole thing with Ganon, the whole invasion and everything, and just have it from the perspective of the people of Hyrule. Have them trying to push back Ganon's forces.
And Arrogant Terror is a tiny little imp of an elf, breaks into their home and shatters all the pots and walks out.
Turn that into a horror movie. I'm in.
Yeah! Yeah! Speaking of...
Justin, hold on. Sorry, son. Justin, you're muted.
You're still muted.
You're still...
Still nothing.
Ross, how's your Morse code?
No, that was a pipe beep. That was a really pipe beep. That was 2 beeps for no.
Yeah, 1 for yes, 2 for no. See, that was a hell no.
Thank you all so much for watching this episode of The Real SuperGeeks. It's always a pleasure to geek out with you guys and share all these topics that we all love and enjoy each and every week. So thank you all so very, very much for watching. I'd like to bring something back that we used to do. Since those of you who are listening can't see that we've all, through the course of this episode, added our Twitch handles to our name tapes. Everyone except Son. Justin, why don't you tell the people where they can find you?
All right. Twitch TV, Commander Separate.
That's CMDRSEPER.
Yes.
I am Ross. You can find me at twitch.tv/live_love_play. Raina, take it away.
I am found at twitch.tv/RainaWolf, and I stream
Greg?
every day.
And Greg?
You can find me. I do YouTube. My Instagram handle is @crazed Pokemon Go Raider. Just abbreviate Pokemon. That'll take you directly to my YouTube channel as well. I do Pokemon rating and card openings on my channel.
Oh, wait, you're the only non-Twitch person here. You're gone. No, I'm kidding.
That abbreviation is PKM.
Yes, BKMN.
And his card streams are absolutely zen.
Unless he's tasting Switch cartridges.
Hey,
Switch
that was
cartridges.
that was still zen in its own right.
And
feel
Son, where can people find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Sunseal. I have been accused of being an ASMR streamer.
She
Really?
is. Yes, she is. I am more relaxed watching her stream than I've ever been. Like I tuned in a few times this week, and my God, I'm like, how?
So
Her
wait,
voice is so soothing.
Did we skip over? Son? Did we not ask the "Where are you" question this time?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we
Oh, we
did.
did? Okay.
That's why you're watching Conan. That's where I'm at this week. Conan. I'm in the exiled lands.
You're not
Well,
going
Greg,
senile on us, are you, Greg?
No.
You're behind this week, buddy.
I'm actually sad I missed the inventory management ASMR session this week. I'm really sad I missed
He'll
that.
put a spell on you.
But yeah, no, I'm still hammering out all of the details, but I got my email today.
Oh,
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Yes.
And I already have my first subscriber.
Fantastic.
Oh, nice.
Because I promised it to Raul, and the moment I had everything hooked up for it, I literally DM'd him and like, hey, you wanted first dibs, here you go.
Outstanding. Well, congratulations. It's been a long road for you, so I'm real happy for you.
I'm glad too. I hope people show up and realize that it's there. Like I went half the first stream with my overlay up, and nobody said a fucking thing. It's like,
My
Nice.
first stream,
That's happened.
I accidentally moved the game capture screen on the window, so a third of it, so only 2/3 of it was visible. The top was off screen, and no one told me either. I had Terry watching the stream, and she didn't say a damn thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's happened. Or, try to play and it's a random mute, not realizing you're talking for the whole time and no one can hear you because you're muted on the goddamn
I do that
broadcaster.
now.
There's
My-
actually
So, after
there's
over 5
actually-
years.
there's actually quite a few streamers who have a reputation for that. So like one of their redeems is mute.
My first stream involved me playing Skyrim for 45 minutes where people only heard my voice and the game was not on there, and I still never figured out why. So, and not a single one of my friends watching, they're like, "You're doing good, pal." Like that.
This wasn't my first stream, but this was a live stream I did, I believe, 2 weeks ago. The whole stream was an hour. It went great. I go back and look at it, and my girlfriend, who sits across from me, does the price checking on the cards. Half my screen is black on my YouTube channel. Nobody said anything in the chat. So I was like, hey, how long was my screen like this? She goes, oh, it was fine. I go back and look at it, like, no, it wasn't. I'm half gone.
Oh,
I'm like, hey, I'm opening up
Stream
Shining
fail.
Fates. You see me, but you don't see the box.
This is why when I'm in someone's stream, I will always mention if something is kind of off.
You've done
I
that
mean,
many
Ross
times.
can attest to this. It's like, is it supposed to be that way? No, what's
Yeah.
going on?
Son does it
Oh,
for me whenever she comes into my streams and she'll be like, hey, you might want to fix this.
Yep. Had to do that with your audio a couple of times.
Yeah, my God, me, my audio. Oh my God. Let's not even go there.
All right. Well, thank you guys for...
Raina is watching the inventory management.
I'm completely mesmerized by it.
There's literally a button that says split stack. You hit it, you put the iron in the different furnaces. It's great.
I don't know what it is. I'm like in an absolute trance.
Wait until you play Space Engineers, because you do the exact same type of inventory management.
I've been playing
cargo containers.
I've been playing Astroneer every Tuesday. It's the same thing. It's just on different planets, and it looks cutesy and cartoony.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, with your ASMR voice, like you put people in an absolute trance, especially when it's relaxing gameplay.
Especially if it has lo-fi, chill-ass music in the background, like Astroneer.
I was sitting there trying to manage my Twitch page and fix it up, and I'm sitting here watching her stream. I'm like, oh my god. I'm getting lost right now.
All right. I would very much like to sleep. So let's wrap this up, shall we? Thank you all, everyone on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch, who is listening on Spotify, or wherever else you have found the Real Super Geeks. Thank you for listening. We hope to see you again next week. We are, as a production note, we are looking into change our recording times. So keep in touch with us and our social media pages for updates. But unless something changes, we'll see you here next Friday. Son, if you would please.
And remember, you are all loved and appreciated by just your being you.
Play us out, Justin.
Spay and neuter your plushies.
Just dab. Oh my god.
Just dabbed.
Wow, Ross.
All right, that concludes our main show. Stay tuned for the Florida Man post show if you're into that thing.
Oh, quick note: it's not the physical actor for Darth Maul. It's Sam Witwer.
Oh, okay.
Sam Witwer is the voice of Tanavik.
Yeah,
and he's the voice of Maul in like the Clone Wars and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think Ray Park was back in acting because stuff he did.
No, I mean he's back in acting, but somebody's just talking for him.
All right. I will lead us off with this lovely headline as I bring up the article.
If I may, I'm going to take off, guys. I get some sleep
sure.
You may not.
Good night, guys.
Night.
See you guys.
Raina, I DM'd you the link on Discord. So.
Oh, you're an angel. Thank you.
Yeah.
I actually can't wait to check this out. Night, guys.
It's nighty-night, sweetie.
So 3 articles is going to be my limit because, like I said, I do want to sleep, but I also want to contribute.
Okie dokie.
So, Florida man claims stand your ground defense in death of iguana.
Florida man.
Man accused of animal cruelty after beating an iguana so severely it had to be euthanized has filed for immunity with Florida's Stand Your Ground law. The filing says that PJ Patterson was viciously attacked by the wild iguana after he helped it cross the street in Lake Worth. Authorities say that they were called to Lake Avenue on reports that someone was beating an iguana. When officers arrived, the iguana was still breathing but was unconscious and had trauma to its head and mouth. The iguana was taken to animal control where it was humanely euthanized. Deputies say that this was Deputies say there was video evidence of Patterson dragging the iguana by the tail, tormenting it, and stepping on it. At one point, deputies say the iguana bit Patterson, who threw it and kicked it. In the report by deputies, Patterson was sent into a violent rage when the reptile bit him. Patterson had opportunities to regain his composure and stop assaulting the iguana, but instead, Mr. Patterson chose to stalk the helpless iguana and deliver vicious strikes to the animal. In the filing made to dismiss the charge of battery, it said that Patterson let the iguana be after helping it cross the street, but others around began to pet it and it started to appear agitated.
Drop your voice.
No! what all this is? He's reading this headline off, and all I can think of J. Jonah Jameson spinning Spider-Man kicking at the Lizard Man's ass.
Boys.
Could I do it, J. Jonah? That'll take some effort and practice. According to the filing, after several attempts to remove and gain control of the animal, it bit Patterson. So he kicked the iguana as far as he could. An altercation between Patterson and the wild beast took place. The wild beast was left incapacitated. The filing continues. It then added that Patterson was taken to a hospital to receive 22 staples in his arm. The filing claims that the use of force was reasonable under the circumstances.
Oh my God.
Bring me Spider-Man!
Oh, we're going to hell for this one, Florida man. Oh.
Okay. So, I guess here's mine. Florida woman found hoarding dozens of cats faces justice for stealing from the animal rescue that fired her.
Florida woman. Kitty, kitty, kitty.
She's yet to be charged with anything related to the animals, but there were more than 50 cats living inside her home.
What?
Starving and walking around in their own waste, with at least 10 more who were already dead.
Oh, hell no. Someone take that cat or woman's license away. No.
She was arrested for petty theft for allegedly stealing basically stealing savings from the animal rescue that she was working at.
Evil Florida woman.
Yeah, crazy cat lady steals money. Who could imagine that?
Look at Florida woman, no less.
Oh my God! The next headline that I saw. Okay, read your next one, Ross.
Florida man who blew air horn at students' heads, now a full-time TikTok influencer.
Florida man.
Oh, come on, Tampa Bay Times.
Of course.
I was going to read it, but I got to subscribe.
Let me click on the link on open and insecure browser. If you do it that way, it will private browsing, yeah. Open in private browsing, and you'll skate through that.
Oh my God, have you seen the mug shot of the guy who claimed stand your ground for the iguana?
Yes, I have.
Yes, I know that.
That's horrifying. That beard is horrifying.
Well, that's Florida.
Oh, here we go. Florida man, whose last name is actually Florida, steals $600 worth of White Claw and throws it into a pond.
Oh my
God, Florida man.
A literal Florida man.
Was he trying to get the gators drunk?
I mean,
do they taste better with White Claw?
I guess he was trying to make a name for himself, Florida man.
So here's the next one that I found. Florida man arrested for speeding, claims he was trying to go back to Cuba.
I got nothing, Florida man.
Florida man.
We know about
Cuba
Florida
man.
stories, but not
Cuba
one
man.
where the man's last name was actually Florida. Lawrence Franklin King Florida. That is his real name. Allegedly broke into at least 7 different businesses around Zephyrhills early Sunday morning. First, he got into a seafood restaurant and stole the White Claw from their fridge and then threw it into the retention pond out in the back. After that, he went into a barber shop a few blocks away and stole a set of clippers. then broke into another barbershop nearby and stole 5 more sets of clippers. According to the police report, he then broke into a carpet store and then a cafe where he took $800 in cash. He also broke into a vet's office and then a separate business called Little Cat Rescue, where he stole a bunch of pain meds meant for animals. He finally went home around 5:30 in the morning, but before he was done, he stole his neighbor's Ring camera off the door. So they got an alert out about it and called the cops. He eventually admitted to breaking into all of the business and walked cops through what he did. He faces multiple charges.
Florida man with a busy man.
Florida man owns what he did.
Isn't that supposed to do that? Oh wow! What is that? Is that it?
No, I'm trying to read. No, this is it. That's the wrong one. Okie dokie. Florida boy, 7, swims an hour to shore to save father and sister. Yeah, a 7-year-old boy is being credited for helping to save his father and 4-year-old sister by swimming to shore and calling for help after they got caught in a strong current during a holiday weekend boating trip. The father told Jack's 4 television station that he anchored his boat in the river while he fished and his children played on Friday. He said the current was too strong for the boy said the current was too strong for his sister to hold on to the boat, so he also let go to stay with her. Only the girl was wearing a life jacket. Their father jumped in the water to grab her. The boy then began swimming towards shore, and it took him over an hour to get there. Let's see. Jacksonville Fire and Rescue crews responded almost immediately and saved both the father and the daughter.
Okay.
Yay!
Florida man.
Florida hero.
Okay, here we go. I found a different article from a different source. Okay. It started as a teaching tool in the classroom, and then videos posted on TikTok went viral. Plant City High School teacher Casey Hamilton now has 4 million followers. By many categories, he would be called chaotic good. Ago, the 24-year-old educator started dabbling with the app, thinking he could use it for student projects. It was originally me, doing funny voices and silly stuff. Chico. It just absolutely took off from my little apartment. An impression of Patrick Star from SpongeBob SquarePants in his first video. Followed were multiple videos achieving more than 1 million views. Now, that's not as interesting as I thought it would be.
Nope. But that's okay. Florida man.
Not every Florida man story is hilarious. Some of them are just like outrageously mundane. Like,
well, the Tampa Bay Star one was written outrageously, but I couldn't read it because they wanted me to subscribe.
Of course. Like, Florida man defecates in parking lot. Yeah, that literally happens every day.
Or the Nashville man who slung a colostomy bag around like a lasso.
Oh, that happens here.
Yes, but that was the one that was one of my favorites to report on. All right, I reached my quota. Son, do you have any more?
So I have 2 more, and both are food related. So I posted that video this week in the Super Geeks of Florida man injecting expensive beef fat into cheap beef meat.
Yeah.
So it's basically a food video where the guy literally takes Wagyu tallow because he had a Wagyu brisket, and you have to skin the fat off of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he took all of that fat and rendered it down into tallow, and then he injected it into like a super cheap piece of brisket. And basically it tasted like Wagyu because of all that fat being injected into the beef.
All right.
So yeah, there was that. And this is an actual, well, I guess kind of news article. It's mostly a video, but there's a little bit of a blurb here. Florida man makes pies during pandemic to pay bills. Business booms. And the reason the reason I include this in the Florida man thing is because the name of the business is called Fukum's Fabulous Key Lime Pies. So yeah, there you go. If you're in Florida and you want to pick up if you're in Florida and you want to pick up a key lime pie, go to Fukum's. And all Justin can do is nod and then shake his head. And I broke Justin. I broke Justin.
It's Fukum.
Look, that's how I feel when you guys talk about Axanar.
Fukum. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it all.
Oh, there we go.
Right.
We're done for tonight.
That brings our Florida Man segment to a close.
And it's
Thank
not
you
even
guys
2
who remain
yet.
for watching. What?
It's not even 2 a.m. yet.
I know.
Oh no. Ross broke.
Look at that.
Clip it.
Clip it. Oh my God. Oh my God. And clipped. Oh, you know what? I need a better clip than that because I can make him go.
You can make him bigger.
I'm evil.
Poor Ross. If he's not back now, like his internet probably just died entirely.
Oh,
see
go.
What I mean? See what I mean? There. See, he's kind of back now.
There's the head bow of shame.
This is true. Yeah, that's what it is.
And there you go.
He was like, he's like, peace, I'm out. I can't stay no more. This is ridiculous.
I snagged a good shot of it. I put it in chat.
All right, everybody.
Oh, yeah, we're still all right, everybody.
Yeah, we're still live, aren't we?
Have a great
all right,
night.
everybody. See you all next week.
Yep. We will
Play
see
us out,
everybody next week.
Ray.